Yo, what is up, guys? And we are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And what I want to do, so if obviously you guys know by now, if you have been playing Dokkan anytime recently, we are a whopping 1 day out from the worldwide release campaign celebration. Very, very hype times over here on the global side and JP's side of the game. And what I want to do here is, I think we are mere hours away from the time of this recording from getting actual information on the two new LRs and possibly some other things as well. You know, the Dokkan now is slated to happen, I believe, in a couple of days. I believe on the 29th that's slated to happen. I'll go ahead and double check for you guys. But on the 29th, I believe the Dokkan now is happening. And what I wanted to do is, I'm going to go ahead and use this guy just as a placeholder. Because we know, undoubtedly at this point, because we've all seen the sort of the trailer that we're going to be... We've all seen the trailer that's been posted on Twitter of the trailer that we're going to see in game here pretty soon when the celebration starts. It should be starting, I believe, tonight at reset, right? So we should be able to get some more information about some more events and that kind of thing. And then again, with the Dokkan now, the banners should be dropping here soon, right? So what I want to do is, before any of that, is I kind of want to speculate on what categories these guys could run. So number one, now we do know one thing. If you guys have looked at the app icon, it's a picture of the two boys, Goku and Vegeta. And they have the Potara earrings in, right? So I'm pretty sure that that is going to be the unit that we are all summoning for. It's a base form Goku and Angel base form Vegeta. I'm pretty sure that is the unit, yes? And if it's not, then it's Vegeta when he's alive. I do sort of kind of forget when they actually fuse. I mean, he doesn't have a Vegito doesn't have a halo, so presumably they're both alive. But I thought that it was during a time when Vegeta was back on Earth from King Yema, right? So anyway, or from Baba, I guess it would be. Anyway, let's kind of move on from that. But what I think a good category they could run is number one. I think both of these new units are going to be Majin Buu Saga leaders. So I think that they are both going to have a similar thing to the final trump card, in that they are both going to lead the Majin Buu Saga with a 170, 150, 150 split. And of course, I mean 170 to attack and then 150 to the other stats. And what I think this will help do is, because the Majin Buu Saga is quite large. It's quite an expansive category. So I think separating it between sort of good and evil, super extreme, whatever you want to call it, I think is going to be a good idea. Same thing with what they've done with Realm of Gods. And I would argue that the Majin Buu Saga is more diverse than Realm of Gods. And I think for sure we need some more support units on the Majin Buu Saga. We do have the Great Saiyan Man, the Super Saiyan Great... Well, and then he becomes the Super Saiyan Gohan, right? He might be Great Saiyan Man Super Saiyan. I believe that's what it is. That's the name of his card. Anyway, but then we also have the Deborah, who supports extreme class, that Super Saiyan Great Saiyan Man supports super class. So I think we definitely need some more support units like that, for sure. And then again, just sort of continue to break up the saga a little bit into super and extreme, because it's really hard to run Buu units next to super warriors. You know what I mean? So, and obviously, yes, I know we have the Majin Power category, which is meant to sort of help with that, for sure. But again, just a strictly Buu Saga team, I think, you know, separating it into super and extreme is going to be really helpful, right? And then the other category, what I want to do is start with the Vegito unit and what category I think he could lead. And in my opinion, I think it would be really cool that you see this OCW under tag 5. I have that as Overconfident Warrior. So I think that it would be really cool. Honestly, I've been kind of dying for this category for a while. I think that a lot of these units are pretty debatable of whether or not you could call them, quote, overconfident. For instance, like, I think you could realistically put every single Vegeta in the game on that category, right? I think realistically that's possible. But it's like, where are they going to make the cutoff? I also think every single Potara fusion, except, well, Fusion Dance and Potara Fusion would be on there, except for Super Gogeta. Super Gogeta, does he even have any lines like in that movie against Janemba? I don't know if he does or not. If he does, it's very, very few. And it's funny because I find that this Gogeta was very, very confident, right? He was very sure in his abilities to take down Broly. And then again, I do want you guys to keep in mind, I do not have every single card in the game. So if I am forgetting anyone egregious or anyone that you think could be added to the category, let me know in the comments below. So let's kind of move down the line. So we kind of talked about all of the fusion units. So we have Vegito, obviously just like an overconfident asshole against Zamasu, right? And then you've got Gotenks, who ends up getting kind of, beat on pretty good. But still overconfident nonetheless when he's fighting against Boo. Now, remember that in the manga, they do tend to follow the manga a little more closely than the anime. If you remember in the manga, he turns into Gotenks, and then, like, the next page, it just shows him coming back, getting his ass kicked. That whole fight with Majin Buu versus Gotenks is not in the manga. It's only in the anime. So could you leave Gotenks out? Sure, I guess you could. But Vegito, again, against, his fight with Buhan, I mean, do I even need to say anything, right? I think, realistically, any single Ultimate Gohan, he calls him a retard. He says, no, I'm not here to... which I know is dub only, right? But he says, no, I'm not here to beat you. I'm here to kill you, like that kind of stuff. I think for sure every single Ultimate Gohan would be on the category. So if I forgot any on this list, just, rest assured they are all meant to be on here. I think except for any Tournament of Power Ultimate Gohans. I don't think that Ultimate Gohan is... I'm talking strictly Buu Saga Ultimate Gohan. So if we keep moving on, First Form Frieza. I think for sure from the time... I mean, you could even... If you even look at it to the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, just what an overconfident, arrogant asshole, arrogant prick he was. I think it's clear to see that First Form Frieza should be on this category. Even though eventually he gets put in his place, right, by Super Saiyan Goku. But you guys get it, right? Omega Shenron, he knew from the get, right, that Goku and Vegeta stood absolutely, like literally no one stood a chance against him. Until Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta comes along. And I obviously don't think he was counting on, the Universal Spirit Bomb taking him down, but definitely an overconfident asshole, right? Gotta love it. I think realistically, any Cell you could add to this category. I think he did have a sort of a mutual respect for, a lot of the Z Warriors and stuff for a while, and then that kind of faded, and once he became Perfect Cell, there was no chance. So maybe if you want to make the cutoff Perfect Cell, maybe that would be the unit that would be on the category. So I could see you not adding him to the other cells to the category. Final Form Frieza. Interesting because you'll have to forgive me. I'm not entirely sure at what point in the fight this is. I think this is still when he's up against Base Form Goku. It hurts. I'm not sure. You know what? To be honest with you, I might consider taking him off the list. But definitely First Form Frieza, I think, does need to be on there. I did sort of talk about the difference between this Gogeta and then, like, the Gogeta from the Janemba movie, right? There's another Ultimate Gohan, another Vegito Blue. Namek Goku was another one I thought was definitely debatable in being on here. Namek Goku, I think once he becomes Super Saiyan Goku, this is when he becomes an overconfident warrior, right? So this guy and then the guy next to him, this is the actual Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. I think you could put both of them on there, but I could also see you leaving both of them off. Yeah, Gotenks, I mean, we've already been over, right? Kefla, I mean, no question about it. She was, her ki was overflowing and this and that. She basically thought she was going to, like, explode from power, right? Like, she couldn't even contain her own power, right? And she ended up, fizzling out the Potara earrings, the power of the Potara earrings. So Kefla, I think, definitely would be on there. And I think arguably Caulifla, and only Caulifla would be on there. I do not think Kale should be on there. She doesn't really get any confidence. She's very, very underconfident, right? She's very, very, not humble's not the right word, but you guys get it, right? She's kind of got low self-esteem. And Caulifla's the one who's got to pick Kale up. So I think that even Berserk Kale, I don't think I would add to it. But Caulifla, I would definitely say she was a little, a little cocky, right? And then again, here is Cell Perfect Form, and then again, Perfect Cell, right? I think because of Perfect Cell being on the card, there you go. Again, so, Buhan, another one who's just an overconfident, just a prick, right? I think definitely he would be on the category. I mean, if we've watched the Buu saga, we know, right? Vegito, Super Vegito, specifically because this guy is in the card, he makes the category. This Vegeta I did include because against his fight with Second Form Cell, definitely just very, very sure of his abilities. Again, just a unit I would definitely put on there. And again, you could probably argue any single Vegeta in the game and I wouldn't be mad at you. There's another Ultimate Gohan, another Gotenks, more Vegitos, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta specifically. Definitely, like wasn't he fighting with his eyes closed at one point? You know what I mean? So, I think easily that Gogeta is on there too. I definitely don't want to forget about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then there's a bunch more Gogeta. This is, Broly movie Gogeta. Again, I would say definitely had that overconfidence factor, but the Janemba movie did not. And then the rest we've kind of been over. Candy Vegito. And then this guy, considering they fuse into Gotenks, I went ahead and included them on the category. But again, I could see you maybe leaving them off. But so this brings us to another, the other half of the Dual Dokkan Fest, right? And I am very, very curious to know their categories, man. I think Akatsuki's doing a very good job of keeping this pretty under wraps. You know what I mean? I would say as compared to the anniversary. They did a data download like 2 days before the anniversary for some stupid reason. So we all got wind of what the units were going to be, right? In the Blue Fusions, which we all knew that it was going to be Gogeta. We just didn't know what the other half was going to be in Vegito. But let's move on to the other LR that I think is going to be in the game. And we all know at this point that it's going to start off as a Majin Buu Gotenks. So Majin Buu Gotenks, definitely confident, definitely gets that cockiness from Gotenks after he absorbs, Goten and Trunks. Well, I guess he does. I guess Gotenks is technically a different person, right? So when he absorbs Gotenks, definitely has that overconfidence factor. And Super Buu in general was a little bit that way, but it's hard to know. So like if they're following the manga, then maybe you add Super Buu onto it. But, Super Buu got handled for a while by Gotenks. But then just, they got completely overwhelmed after a while, So anyway, I think Gotenks would lead that category. Or, I'm sorry, Buu-Tenks would lead the category. And then, of course, he's probably going to have an active skill. And remember, it's going to be that 170, 150, 150. And I think you could just leave that for both categories, right? Okay. One unit I think I already know I didn't add on here. No, I did add him. Okay. Let's not spoil anything. So, number 1, Cell. So this category you saw up here is the regen category. That's what I think that 170, 150, 150 he is going to lead along with Majin Buu Saga. So what my stipulations for being on the regen category, they are as follows. From your super attack or from your passive, or if you just are a character in the anime or manga that can regenerate yourself, you made the category. So specifically, units I did not include were units with like Metamorphosis or Connoisseur. You didn't make the cut. Even though you see S tier Whis on there, we'll go over him here in a minute. This category probably going to need a little bit more explanation, but I think this one's pretty obvious. Cell heals on his 12-key super. Pretty easy there, right? And I'm not counting units that like, Ada Sensu Bean or like Cell where he gets the Monster Zenkai, that kind of thing. So I'm not counting it for that reason, just strictly because of his super attack. So again, every single Buu is on this category because every single Buu just turns into that whatever he turns into, and he can regenerate himself, right? It took the weight of a Spirit Bomb and the energy of a Spirit Bomb to actually take him out, right? Even Vegeta's final explosion couldn't take down Fat Buu. Every single Metal Cooler made it onto the category. A lot of these guys heal anyway. Yeah, recovers 15% of damage, but like Metal Cooler heals, right? So again, auto regeneration. He didn't make it because of that link. but he just made it for other reasons, right? Because he can heal. And then again, we've got Gotenks. Every single Boo on this category, right, just kind of makes sense. This guy, you know, technically they would be on the category. Well, let's go, hold on. Let's go back here. So, fuse when 50% or below from the 6th turn from the start of battle, and of course that is a full heal. So they would technically, him and the Vegito, would be on the category. Now this next one is very, very interesting. So both of these guys, so specifically Dokkan Fest Piccolo. Every single Namekian, so again, I do not have Fizz Kami, you know, let's see, I'm trying to think of who else. I actually didn't, on this list, I did not include Demon King Piccolo, but he would be on the category. I just forgot to add him. All of the Demon King Piccolos would be on this category as well. Of course, this guy can heal from his passive, recover 7% HP when HP is 77% or less. But just in general, like, he can regenerate limbs, like, he can regenerate, right? He is a Namekian after all. So he made the category for sure, and this is significant because let's scroll a little further down. When I say every Namekian, I mean every single Namekian. So this would definitely mean that Piccolo could transform, and of course, Nail would be just an absolute monster right on this category, because when you have Piccolo on the team, he gets, what, damage reduction when you're up against a Wicked Bloodline, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's really, really good, right? So he definitely made the category. Again, Majin 21 or Android 21 recovers HP on her super attack, and once she transforms, she actually heals on her passive, just recovers HP at the start of turn. She definitely made the category. You know, some units I did not include on the category. I did include Android 21, but I did not include like Androids 16, 17, or 18 on the category, because they just have infinite energy, right? They're not explicitly healing all day. They just have infinite energy, so I did not include them on the category. I hope that makes sense, right? Obviously, Beepan, one of the best healers in the game, recovers 33% of damage dealt as HP. I mean, need I say anything else? Now, Whis, he's kind of an interesting one. He's kind of an oddball on this team. He does have shocking speed. I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing, but his links are definitely not going to fit in too well on this team. But according to my rule, he does technically recover HP when there is an ally whose name includes Beerus. So, I guess maybe you could take him off. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave him on. There's always that one. There's always those one or two oddities on these newer categories, so I'm going to go ahead and leave him on there. And there's another Piccolo, obviously Cell, all of the Boos, Zamasu's. Basically every Zamasu in the game heals. So every Zamasu definitely would count on here. This guy recovers 7% HP. I don't know why I have him reverse. I think I have full dupes SA10, but whatever, right? So he does heal, yes? Yeah, on Super. He heals 7% HP. Actually, not too bad of a unit, to be honest with you. He gets damage reduction. Might be good for something like Extreme Super Battle Road, kind of like a Dark Horse candidate. More Metal Coolers. Again, here's Vegito, who gives you that full heal. Another Piccolo. A category for Piccolo is just always good, right? There's LR Piccolo. Another Cell unit. This guy obviously, like, recovers on his super attack. So very, very good there. This guy also recovers on his super attack. These guys recover health at the start of turn. So does this guy. This guy I think would be a very, very good addition to this team. I started to level his links up. We're getting there, right? We're getting there. I don't have any full level 10 link teams, by the way. But again, you know, I'm working on it, right? It's a grind. More Boo units, more Cell units. Obviously, this guy recovers 40% HP. So by rule, when you fall below 40% HP, so by rule, he would be on the category. And again, he is, you know, he's Majub, right? So after he fuses with Boo, with Mr. Boo, that is. So it just kind of makes sense, right? And again, by rule, she would be on this category as well. She does technically recover HP. And then also, I believe the Ribrianne, the STR Ribrianne, who I did not add for some reason, she would be on this category as well. I believe she recovers with Rainbow Orbs, along with the Int, Gotenks, and Ghost. Again, I went over the character list a couple times, but I'm bound to miss a few. So I would definitely add both of them. This guy heals you when you fall below 30% HP. He gives you a full heal, actually. He's very, very clutch for no item runs, by the way. Zamasu, he heals as long as you're below, what is it, 70% HP. Yeah, very... Oh, no, well, okay, so he doesn't heal until he gets to this form. Yeah, that's what it is, and then he heals. Yep, when HP is 80% or less. Very good. Still a good unit. Metal Cooler, again, every Metal Cooler is on this team, but this guy specifically, he heals on turns that he's been attacked. He heals, I believe, for 7%. Yeah, yep, there it is right there. So let's move on. These guys actually heal as well. So again, by my rule, they would be on the category. So not horrible. I mean, that would definitely add... They're only on 5. And honestly, a couple of them are not real viable teams. So, and then that kind of wraps it up, guys. Oh, this guy here. He's like a monster healer, right? So this guy would obviously be on the category as well. So the regeneration category, or whatever Dokkan wants to call it, I think that would be a really, really interesting category. And both of these teams are not like overly big. Like this one has 38 units. This one has 48 units. And again, you know, probably some units would be added. Some units would be taken away because we all know, like, you know, when it comes to common sense, it's not that common when you're talking about Bandai and Akatsuki. But that is the video, guys. We should be getting information here very, very shortly about the actual units. Slap a like if you enjoyed this video, and of course, consider subscribing if you are new. I love you guys, and thank you so very much for the support. It means so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Later.